We are here tonight to talk about drinks. We actually get asked often, what can I drink? So I've started the Wellness Way lifestyle, and what can I drink? So we decided to do so those that don't know, we have a mom panel on Monday at 2 o'clock. We decided that might not be the best time to do a mixology class on Monday at 2 o'clock. So we are doing it on a Sunday, and we're hoping that we can make this a fun ladies' night. If you haven't yet, grab a drink, a clean one, grab a glass of wine, grab some water, and we will take you through why this matters, what to deal with your allergies, what to drink when you're out, how to mix different drinks at home, and then we'll be doing some mixology stuff at the bar and mixing those drinks. Right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I don't know that a Sunday is better than a Monday at 2.
Sunday fun day. So, sorry for our rocky intro. Now that I'm rolling, you guys can all come back in. When you're used to an empty studio and all of a sudden all this stuff is going on, it's a little bit different. So, why don't we start with allergies? So, we test food allergies all the time at the office. Obviously, food allergies create inflammation and a boatload of different things, as we know inflammation can cause. So obviously what you're drinking matters too. People will forget that, and they will eat all these different healthy foods, and they won't think that what they drink matters, and then they'll go out and they won't know why they feel so bad or why they're so thrown off. So tell us a little bit about your allergy list, Renee.
My allergy list was really interesting. So people get into this lifestyle, and there's already enough, I guess, adjustments that people have to make. As I would say, sacrifices. It feels like sacrifices at first, because you're giving up some of your favorite things in a lot of cases. And my food allergy list came back with a number of things on it. But like, I'm a big Mule fan. I love martinis, like extra dirty with olives. And I was allergic to potatoes. I was allergic to olives. I was allergic to grapes. I wasn't a big wine person, but there's my grapes. I was allergic to sugar. I was allergic to all citruses. So there goes all the like Mule mixes, or like even your
Pepper? Were you allergic to pepper?
no.
No.
Victoria
Tomatoes?
is no.
No? That's good.
No, but and then of course the yeasts. So we had to get really creative finding what I could do. Jason helped me. He's like, okay, here's the beer you want, and you get tequila, and we found like Ocean's vodka we could do because it was brewed from something different.
I actually called Kinsey at Immunolabs the other day in preparation for this class, and I asked her, so Kinsey is I don't know what her specific title is. She works with a lab that does our food allergy testing down in Florida. She's a genius. She knows every food family, everything. And I said, to make sure I'm giving correct and legit information, what are your current recommendations if you've got a yeast allergy? And she told me for liquors, it was silver tequila or triple distilled vodka, because everything else could have yeast in it, either afterwards or in the brewing process or whatever. So, yeah, thought that was interesting. Obviously, our docs know that stuff as well, but
A lot of times people see that yeast allergy and they just are like, everything brewed. So it was kind of nice that we can at least offer some different options. Like, okay, if you really want to go out, or there's like parties on the boat, it's summertime, hanging around on patios, like there's still things that you can do that aren't going to totally devastate what you're trying to work on for your health.
Yeah, and what they don't know, yeast isn't always going to show up in the list.
Right.
So baker's yeast is a yeast that's added, and it's going to show up in breads and cookies and all that kind of stuff. But brewer's yeast often, most of the time, happens in the fermentation process, or it's added when they go to ferment it, like a traditional U.S. beer. Kim's going to talk on German beers, some cool information, but like a traditional U.S. beer, they add that yeast during the fermentation process, but they don't have to put that on the can.
Right.
If you look at a can of Bud Light, it's not going to say yeast.
No.
I don't even know what
there's some caveat about like if it's in the process of it and not an actual ingredient, they don't have to list it.
Yep. Dione says both yeasts are on mine and it's the worst. They are. I will say that when I retested, I lost both my yeast allergies. So it definitely can, with the right healing and the right foods, it can definitely go away. So
I think that helps too, is just to think of all of your allergies. They're temporary. The vast majority of them are just temporary if you're working on all this other stuff.
Unless your dairy is as high as mine.
Yeah.
That doesn't go away.
I don't think your dairy's ever going to
Ever
go
gonna go
away.
away.
Ever.
So, Dr. Jason is a beer drinker,
Yes, he is.
right? So, you can see Dr. Jason on our Wellness Way Green Bay page. He works in our office here in Green Bay. What did he find about German beers and the difference in how they use yeast, et cetera, et cetera?
So the information he gave me, which is why I'm reading off my phone because we were just discussing it this afternoon. So German beer has a purity law. It's called the Law of 1516. According to the law, the only ingredients that could be used in the production of the beer was water, barley, and hops. And when you and I were talking, that is what legitimately makes it a German beer,
Right.
is because they only use the 3 ingredients. So in Germany, the yeast is only added when they pour it into the stein or glass, if you don't know what that means. They actually pour the yeast in first and then pour the beer on top. So, but German beers are water, barley, and hops. That's it. There's no yeast. So if you have a yeast or a wheat, it is super allergy friendly. So that's the German one. There's also, I'm going to probably completely kibosh these names here, Bitburger. And for an American option, Samuel Adams Boston Lager is the one that he recommends. Neither one of those have yeast or wheat in them.
And the thing
So-
is, they're good beers.
They are. They're
Yeah.
very. I was a avid Bud Light drinker forever, and I even enjoy this beer. You don't like anything beer unless it's Coors Light, and that does not suffice.
I'm not a beer drinker anymore.
I know.
Before I did
You're
Wellness
right.
Way, before I got healthy, it was Bud Light.
Oh yeah.
And then when I went gluten-free, that was out. I know people tell you that Bud Light is gluten-free. It's not.
No.
It's not certified gluten-free. I don't care if they make it with rice.
not.
Whatever. Michelob makes an organic beer now,
I heard it's fantastic.
but it's not gluten-free.
I was just gonna
it's
say,
not.
what is
That's
it
one
made
of
of
the
though?
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeast and wheat,
Yep.
probably.
But
Water.
since they put the organic symbol now on there, now everybody wants it.
Yeah. I don't even know. Did they change the whole thing over? I don't know. If anybody knows, let us know.
Don't know.
Let us know where you're. I was gonna say calling from, like we're at a talk show. Let us know where you're watching
How
from.
many did you have before the show started?
I am off tonight.
It's totally not.
Okay, if you ever watch any of our regular episodes, I play host and I've got this little thing and I go through it and I am off tonight. This is making me
Should we
nervous.
take that away?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not used to the audience. I'm good now though. I'm good. We're rocking and rolling. Let us know where you're from. Let us know where you're watching from. And like we always do on our show, if you're watching this in the replay mode, if you can type replay so we know where you're watching from, that'd be fantastic. We like that. It makes it worthwhile.
does.
Sometimes
It's fun.
we feel like all we do is babble.
We do that too.
I'm saying especially tonight.
It's Sunday night. Oh, let's see here. Hello, Levi. Hello, Erica. Hi, Dr. Alex. Let's see here. Who's all on? Hello, Alyssa. Hi, guys. So if you have any questions, let us know. If you are a mom or a dad, I suppose, we know it's not just moms watching live, and you have questions in regards to the Wellness Way or how we live our lifestyle, even if it doesn't have to do with alcohol, tonight's probably your chance to ask, especially in the next half hour or so. We'll tell you anything you want to know. That's the goal. We've been asked to do a mom's night out. We've been asked to share what we do and how we live our lives. And the three of us do have alcoholic drinks, but we do try to make them clean when we can. So if you're just tuning in, this is a mixology course. We're going to go
Trying to
through.
get that course in there. Course.
Makes it fancy. Course. Oh, stop it.
Does that mean she needs her wine
course.
now so she feels fancy?
I was not trying to make a pun. I feel very far away from you guys tonight. So, we're going to talk next about some different herbs that you can take before you drink, after you drink, while you're drinking, because everybody knows we love our herbs. So we interviewed, very fancy, Dr. Jason.
I don't know about interviewed, but
And what did he say?
so the first one was milk thistle, which helps the liver detox more efficiently. I don't think It worked for you once, did it? Wasn't milk thistle the one that...
She blamed milk thistle for
I'm pretty sure it was all milk thistle. So
knew
I don't know
you
if
were gonna
everybody
go
wants
there.
to...
adverse reaction.
I don't know if everybody
I
wants
think it made
to
me
try it,
process
but...
the alcohol faster.
You were also breastfeeding at the time,
Yes.
like pump and dump.
Yes.
So you're like probably your
Yeah.
system's powering through any fluid that you get.
Did you just make an excuse for her?
It was
No,
the
I'm
fir-
telling people that she's not doing this while she's breastfeeding. It was pump and dump.
Right.
Because
Sure.
Oh, now I feel like we have to talk about. No. We'll stay on subject.
You can talk about it.
that was actually one of so in birth class, one guy's questions all had to pertain to when can she drink, how long can she drink, what how much can she drink before she asked that. That's we're in Lamaze, and this is all this guy wanted to know.
Clearly
You
it
could
was
just
very
call
important.
him
huh?
Jeremy. You don't have to say this guy. That's her husband's name for those that don't know. Asking for a friend.
It's funny. It wasn't him, but he probably was taking.
So I just have to clarify. My daughter is at home because since we're on Instagram, she's telling me to get off my phone. Honey, I'm checking the comments on Facebook. That's why I'm on my phone. That's my job.
She would yell about that.
would yell at
Good
me.
for her.
Anywho, I asked Dr. Alex Fenley, one of our offices in Montana, who was just here with us a couple of days ago, what any of her favorite herbs are. And she said Schisandra is always their go-to before and after because it's very supportive and protective to the liver. So, which I find a lot of these suggestions cool. When we do a detox in our offices and we do 30-day detoxes, we do herbs along with those. And some of those herbs that we use, milk thistle, chamomile, Schisandra. So why wouldn't they be able to be used while you're drinking
In,
for
everyday
drinking
life?
afterwards?
Yeah,
Maybe
Dr.
not every
Jason
day.
said chamomile helps block some absorption into the bloodstream from the gut and helps decrease the effects of the alcohol.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And anecdotally, but I've seen this in a couple different places, and then talked to some people. Charcoal pills,
Oh yeah.
I
because
would
they're
assume.
super.
'Cause it
there's-
binds.
Yeah.
It binds to the.
Yep. So
Yep.
it goes in. You can pop some pills before you go to sleep or whatever.
Only at the Wellness Way do you discuss what herbs you can take if you're going to drink.
Take the edge off. Yeah.
But if it helps,
And now, we
Right.
have to
Yeah,
do a
it's-
disclaimer.
It's protective,
right?
sure.
If you're going through something major, I don't mean like major life changes, I mean major health changes, and your doctor or your Wellness Way doctor tells you not to drink alcohol,
Oh, yeah.
don't go to them and say, but Kim and Bree and Renee said as long as I drank organic wine, it would be
Yeah.
fine. We are not doctors, we're moms. And, is this the line, like we just play them on TV or something? Isn't that from a show?
Not a
Moms on
doctor,
TV?
but we work with them very near us.
Yeah. So
Some of them in our
obviously,
homes.
You're detoxing. There is no alcohol, organic or not.
I didn't drink for months after I got my hormone test back, just because they're like, nope, your liver, nope, don't do it because
Yeah.
your liver's going to work so hard getting everything else cleared out.
Absolutely.
When I had the yeast, I didn't drink at all.
Yeah.
It was 0, nothing.
I did that 9 months ago when I was pregnant with Jackson. No, not the same. Doesn't count. So we have to give that disclaimer.
Yeah.
I feel like, but we also, as we stated in the beginning of the show, we get asked, and if you're going to drink something, we've got options. So, do you want to get up and make one of our favorites,
Sure.
which was supposed to be our second round? We're not doing so good. If
No,
this is
we'll just take this with me.
Kim's gonna make a mule, and while she gets everything ready, and then we'll cue over and she'll show you the ingredients. Let's talk about wine, because we get asked a lot about wine. It's definitely one of the classier things, or just kidding, something that people can drink. It's fermented grapes. I like to call it.
I'm like, am I supposed to be really quiet over here? Because this is kind of impossible.
It's fruit salad with
Yes, it's
probiotics
fruit salad.
in a bottle. And the organic wine, they are not allowed to add sulfates to, right? Just kidding. It is.
I'm like,
No,
this is
I didn't say
natural
yes,
sapphire.
yes.
Yeah, sure.
I need you back,
I'm like,
Kim. She's not getting my vibe here.
She's making up stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to keep. I'm distracted by the mule,
that's
the promise of mules.
And So all wine has sulfates and sulfites added
yes.
after the fact, and that's the preservative. And those are what give the headaches oftentimes. They're what give the gut rot. They are what dehydrate you even more. So there's a couple of brands out there that are certified organic. Frey Vineyards is one of them. You can find it anywhere. However, I was just at our local grocery store. There is a whole shelf in Woodman's, we're in Green Bay, of wines, not certified organic, but they're made with organic grapes, which obviously means they can't contain any GMOs, the grapes aren't sprayed with anything, et cetera, et cetera. So they're definitely better options. Now, there's something that Dr. Courtney Mosley, an office in Tennessee, hi, if you're watching, I'm not on my phone right now, but, oh, hi, she has a wine filter, and Renee's got a little information about it. Tell us. I haven't used it yet.
I'm like, I wish I had a visual. I think it's pronounced Ulo, but it's like U with the two German things over it, LLO. And it's like this filter with like, that you pour your wine in and it removes the sulfites. So good ones, bad ones, and all natural, whatever. A lot of times that's where you're gonna get your headaches and the stuff that are really gonna have like negative effects on you. If you pull up one of our, I know it's on one of the articles that Dawn wrote about wine. But it talks about where some of these things are derived from, and it could be anything from eggs, which most people are allergic to just kind of really just nasty stuff. So this little Ulo, you just pop it on top of your glass, you pour the wine through it, it filters all those things out, aerates the wine, and then you can enjoy it without the nasty side effects of the sulfites.
You brought up a good point. We forgot to research this, but I know this enough. Certain things that they use to process the wine, sometimes they'll use fish or casein or different things. So I know people that will specifically, and you can find very few ones, have to find vegan wine, which means they cannot use any milk, eggs, or fish to filter the wine or the grapes, and they will not react to the wine. So they'll say, oh, I have a dairy allergy, extreme dairy allergy, and wine, why would wine make me react? So that could be why. Yeah, that's newer stuff that they're getting into the research, but it's definitely out there, and it's definitely, they are using these things to process it. So back to Kim in the studio. Is that how that works?
Sure.
I don't think that's how it works, but I think you two should come over here because Renee found the ginger beer and you have information on the Ocean's vodka.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
We're moving?
I don't know. Might as well.
We're walking?
Well,
as long as we're making this.
so we had a thought. We were sitting over here getting ready a half hour ago. One of our favorite vodkas, I'm going to try not to break anything, is Ocean's. So I can't find this at Woodman's. You find it in Appleton. It's at the specialty stores. It's definitely a little pricier. It's made on Maui. It's made in Hawaii. Oh, yes, it's made in Maui. It's actually certified organic, but it's the only vodka that's certified organic for sure, but that I've ever seen that's made from sugarcane. So if you've got a potato allergy or a wheat allergy or a rice allergy, which is what or corn, now, when they distill alcohol, they pull out all those proteins. So if somebody has a corn allergy, they're able to do Tito's, so on and so forth. But if you find out that you're reacting, however, super clean. We had a thought, Tito's is recommended over and over and over again on multiple sites. We've recommended it before. We have it in our recipes because it's certified gluten-free. It's distilled 6 times.
Yep.
But we looked up today, is it made from potatoes or is it made from corn?
We thought potatoes.
We thought potatoes.
We did.
It's corn.
It's corn.
Which makes my brain go, I'm going to guess, since it's not certified non-GMO and it's not organic, that we're not certain that they're not using GMO corn, which our market, just like soybeans. If it's not certified organic, you can pretty much guarantee it's GMOs. I didn't look at what the processing of, if anybody wants to tune in, I'll grab my phone shortly here. I didn't look at the processing of that. Again, it's what I've been using for a long time. I enjoy Tito's. I can have a few Tito's and seltzer waters without getting a headache or feeling hungover or anything like that.
Well, and all the bars carry it now.
They do. That's the other thing.
All the bars have Tito's.
You're not going to go to the bar down the street and ask for Ocean unless you're in Maui.
Probably not. No.
So, but something to think of. We looked up, if you Google gluten-free vodka, there is a research somebody did research on all the vodkas out there and what is certified gluten-free. And let me see here. Absolute has no brand, none of the flavors or anything in their line is certified gluten-free. Nope, neither was Grey Goose. However,
right.
Tito's for sure was, Smirnoff was, and Deep Eddies. Those are the.
Love Deep Eddy.
Those were
Smirnoff
the,
I was surprised about though.
yeah, those are the big names
Yeah.
that you can find everywhere. There was a list of like 21 vodkas, and they have all the research to go with it. But you can look it up. It was super cool.
Yeah, Eddie's fun too because they infuse like when you get their flavors, they're like legit infused and not like artificially whatever.
Oh, I learned something at this class.
So to make a mule, just real quick, it's vodka, ginger beer, and lime juice. I like fresh lime. You can use the
do you have mint?
pre-made lime. I'm not sure if we had it
Somewhere.
back here somewhere.
Do you put mint?
For garnish.
Oh yeah, mint.
For garnish.
Oh yeah, okay.
As long as you spank it.
I will never. No.
That's a legit thing. Okay, if anybody knows about the term spanking the mint, it's legit.
I bet you
real.
Samson, if he's on, he'll be the first one to
It's a
respond.
Danny's
This
laughing
is where
there.
I learned this from.
Get the mint.
And
Make
I
her
thought he
spank
was.
it.
I seriously thought he was joking. I thought he was trying to pull one over on me. And then the waitress came over, and I don't know if it was you. Somebody asked her, and she's like, "Yeah, you spanked the mint." I was like,
He goes, "Did you spank the mint?" And we think he's being silly. This is a work trip we were on, and
It's
we
a
had
thing.
a clean mojito or something out there. It's a legit thing. They take a sprig of mint, they spank it on their wrist. It releases
It
the
wakes it
effervescence.
up, right?
Is that a word?
So it breaks it, and then the
No,
oils
wakes it
are
up.
released. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can smell it. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, if you use dried herbs, same thing. You crumble the dry herbs in your hands before you like put them in food. Sidebar tip, okay, if you're cooking with green dry herbs, crush them.
I do.
And then you're gonna get a lot more flavor out of them.
That's why I have to use a half a can of parsley just to
Okay, so vodka, lime, and ginger beer. We were using, I don't know if we have one, but Fever Tree makes a brand of ginger beer. However, Renee, you found this one at Target, I believe.
I love these guys.
That is
Yeah.
like super, in my opinion, super gingery. Like I love the bite to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the Q brand is designed specifically for mixers. So they're made with all natural stuff. So it's really water, organic agave, citric acid, ginger, chili, coriander, cardamom, lime, orange.
Chili.
So yeah.
So that's what's given. So
So it
I
has a kick.
love a kick. I like the ginger in my, yeah.
Yeah, so these guys make like specifically for mixers and they're clean. So they've got these things, they've got like other sodas and tonics designed for mixing. Love them.
Awesome.
Making them?
Making
Yeah.
them.
Okay.
So any standard drink other than an old fashioned, if you're from the Midwest, you know what an old fashioned is. If you don't, you haven't
to the
experienced
Midwest.
life.
Don't order them where you are because they're not going to be good.
Don't.
No.
My dad travels all over for work, and he'll order old fashions, and he'll tell me they just suck.
Don't order.
Because
Where
they
was
just don't know
that?
how to
Florida?
drink. Florida was
Florida
one.
does
Yeah.
not know how to make an old fashioned.
Unless
Don't
I have a
order one there.
bartender now from up here that moves down there. But it's going to be an ounce of booze typically in your standard drink. So an ounce. This is us trying to be like, when we just okay, a little bit. But an ounce.
Did you see that? Did you get that? Yeah. There it goes again.
An ounce of booze, fresh mint, fresh lime, mint garnish, and then your ginger beer.
Make sure you wear your safety goggles.
Should we make her spank them in?
We should make her spank the
I'm
mint.
not spanking any mint. Renee can spank the mint.
These are fresh.
I think you brought it. It's just so you could do that.
No, actually, my husband is my bartender, and he's like packed all the stuff and made sure we had mint for these.
Yes.
Or
So now we didn't have these at our local stores. You found them at Target.
Yeah, for sure. And I think sometimes CVS has them.
Okay. I was gonna make her. There's one on every corner
that
joke,
mint
but
is-
that's Walgreens.
Did you already spank it before you put it in the bag?
He can't help himself.
These cups are too big.
More ginger beer?
Yes, I don't.
There's a reason we did this at 8 o'clock.
You had to bring the fancy cups here that are huge.
Because a true mule is served in a copper mug. These are just stainless steel, copper paint plated, which is actually probably better than you, because I've heard of people that drink a lot of mules, a lot out of their, you can get
I feel like you really
heavy
gotta
metal
try.
poisoning.
But yeah.
There you go.
I love lemon and lime in my drinks. No
I
matter
like
what I'm
citrus.
drinking.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Citrus bites. Yep. I'm not super sticky sweet
Well, I'll try it.
in beverage or in real life.
That's good. Makes my tummy happy.
That's because of
The ginger.
7 ounces of ginger beer. Did you spank it?
Uh-huh. Would you like it spanked mint?
Still can't believe we're spanking mint.
Carly?
There's no other way to have
I
mint.
still have
right?
my other one.
I mean, it definitely
Nice whip it.
makes a difference. I just find it very odd.
What do we got here? Tanzel. Hi, Tanzel. Did you grab a drink? Put the baby to sleep? Grab a drink? Alyssa said, I hope you girls have a ride home.
here?
We're like this every day. You know us, Alyssa. She said she hopes we have a ride home. We're really only this much into our first drink.
I don't
I like,
yeah.
really, we're just kind of like this.
Brian says, yum. Did you put up a picture of yourself?
No.
Hi, Brian. That's Nancy's husband. Everybody knows Fancy Nancy. She's behind the camera. Hi, Dr. Jeff. Hi, Annie. Let's see here.
Should a branch go through?
Oh, I think we need a girls' wellness trip to Maui. Oh, next mixology class is in Maui. It'll be more than $10 a ticket, though. Alyssa, can I have wine if I have cane sugar and a yeast allergy? So the cane sugar will not be an issue with wine. However, the yeast allergy will. So nope, you're going to want to avoid wine. I'm assuming when you say yeast allergy, you mean brewer's yeast. If you just have a baker's yeast allergy, then yes, wine is fine. Milk thistle, why take that before drinking? I think we went over that. Awesome. Is there a lot of sugar in wine? There is a lot of sugar in wine. In fact, there is, anybody want to come join me on the patio?
Oh, we're moving back.
Feel free. There's a wine company out there called Dry Farm Wines. It's really big. It's all over, at least all over my Facebook.
Yeah.
But
And I
they're
think-
not adding any sugar. You had some info pulled up on your phone.
Dry Farm Wines is really cool. Last I heard, when I first heard about them, they were doing things really naturally and literally on dry farms. There's something about how they grow the grapes on these really dry fields. They don't spray them with any pesticides. They don't do a whole lot of toxins. And then since I feel like they got so popular, they started partnering and like finding
I was gonna
people
say,
who
they don't
fit
have
their
their own-
profile
yeah.
because now it's a variety of brands that they kind of promote on their page, and you can like sign up for a Dry Farms box, and they'll send you a variety of different things. But yeah, no preservatives, no chemicals. They do everything super, super clean. I don't
I don't
remember.
think there's
where
any
it is in my phone.
sulfates or sulfites added to those, if I remember correctly. I don't.
Dry
I've not
Farm,
done it.
All natural, additive free, lab
Yeah.
tested for purity, sugar free, and low alcohol. Oh yeah, and I've seen like Halle Berry and stuff where they do these ads on Facebook where they're talking about, hey, here's your keto wine, and Dave Asprey was
Yep.
talking about it because
Yep.
he's a big keto guy.
Another one, Big Vine.
What?
Fitvine is new. I haven't looked into that one yet. I
That
don't
one I
know if
don't
that's just about being fit or if it's actual toxins as well.
Less than 4 grams of carbs.
No sugar. So that's more
Hey,
the
Danny,
fit
come on over.
aspect. Hello, Molly. Hello, Erin. Hi, Amanda.
Erin said Zevia has a ginger soda as well.
They do. They do. Absolutely. So we
Yeah.
were talking about wine, and they say with the Dry Farm wines, no hangovers.
Right.
What about hangovers? I've never had one.
What would you call that then? I don't know.
I was tired.
Death? I don't know. That's pretty close.
That was the milk thistle.
Or the way she made it seem she was dying.
Pretty sure she
But it comes
declared her
from
death.
dehydration, inflammation, toxins. It's why we say drinking in moderation is what we're going for. But there's a couple other things besides the herbs that we talked about. There's a couple other things that are key, even if I'm just going to have a few drinks, especially if I'm in the sun or I'm outside, that are key for us. We've got a buddy system.
We do.
And if
Oh, yeah,
you're going
for sure.
out with a buddy, you need a buddy system. And that's water.
Yep.
Real
Interchange them with water.
in between every drink.
Yeah, and at restaurants or bars or whatever, I'll get a beverage if I'm doing that, and then a water at the same time.
Yep.
And it also helps save money.
Well, alcohol by nature, what is he doing? Do you have it on him? You should. Our bartender. The Patrick Flynn. What did you make us?
Dr. Flynn special.
Is water, because alcohol by nature, very, very dehydrating.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super dehydrating. So,
The other reason,
going with
though,
the story.
people
I
get
forgot
hangovers is what they're mixing it with.
yes. Yeah,
I
that's why
remember-
the clean sodas.
Yeah. I mean, there were days, Malibu and Coke,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was something I drank. Vodka Red Bulls.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I would die. if I
Just
did
the
any of
acidity
that.
alone in
Just
those.
the washes. You
makes
gotta
that.
watch what it's called, a wash. Apparently that's a new term, not everybody's heard that. Your mixer, also known as a wash,
Yeah, the
is what
sodas.
you've got to watch for. So the acidity if you're doing lots of juices,
Even all the sugars.
the sugars if you're
Sugars.
doing juices as well, sugars and sodas, preservatives, carbonation, high fructose corn syrup.
Yep.
Where's some other things you want to look for? Caramel color
Wanna
is
say
going to be in all
coloring?
your sodas. Yeah, I know a lot of people that drink whiskey water, vodka water, tequila water. Honestly, that's probably the healthiest thing you can mix with. I can't. If you're
like
a
it.
water drinker, give us a high five so we can give you props to that. Not water in general, like a alcohol water, if that's your drink of choice. Bacardi Limon and water. I had friends that would
Yeah.
drink.
I go seltzer. I can't do water.
Yeah.
Seltzer and then with lime.
Yeah.
So there's seltzer, there's club soda, there's tonic water, there's soda water. I found out rather recently in my life that seltzer water, club soda, and soda water are all the same thing.
Yeah, it took me a long time to figure that out too. I'm like 800 Google articles like, my recipes are saying soda water. I don't know.
Carbonated water with no sugar in it.
Yeah.
But I was a tonic drinker. I was a vodka tonic until I realized I was thinking, well, that's healthier than vodka Sprite. That's healthier than vodka cranberry. That's, let's touch base on cranberry juice. It's
Terrible.
not- yeah.
It's
What's in
terrible.
it?
It's corn syrup. It's Red's corn syrup.
Yeah. Yeah. So people that go out and think that you're drinking really healthy by getting a vodka cranberry, unless you're mixing it at home with good cranberry juice, which then probably isn't going to taste as good because it's going to be very, very bitter. It's a lot of times cranberry juices to be low sugar are filled with Splenda and aspartame. Yeah. So I grabbed a bottle. I'll grab it real quick, guys, of tonic just to see carbonated water, which is what I thought I was drinking when I was drinking vodka tonics, high fructose corn syrup, citric acid, natural flavor, quinine hydrochloride. Not exactly something I want to take my good organic vodka and mix it with. So I do prefer a seltzer, and
Yeah.
then I prefer to use a lemon or a lime or anything
Or both.
to flavor, or both. I'll usually do both. And lemon and lime by nature is detoxing. So if you're retoxing with the vodka, you're detoxing. That's what I tell my brain. Let's talk about, we talked about wine, we talked about vodka, we talked about beer. Something that you can get out, ciders. I'm not a cider drinker, they're too sweet for me.
I do not like ciders. They're very sweet.
Not a fan.
But there are options. I know, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say cider's nice, like a no-brainer though, because they're gluten-free.
Right.
So if you're super sensitive to glutens, you could probably pick a cider.
Reds is not, which is flooding the market. Angry Orchard is.
Yeah.
Certain ones are not.
Yeah.
They're just very sweet. If you're not a sweet person, I would stay away from ciders.
Those
They're
will
very
typically
sweet.
say on the bottle. If you go to a bar or a restaurant and you ask for a gluten-free cider, Every one of those that I've looked at that is gluten-free, it says it on there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so Angry Orchard, and I'm pretty sure Crispin and even Strongbow. should
yep,
be.
Yep.
yep.
Yeah, I think that's the least sweet one because that's the one I tend to if I'm gonna.
Does Crispin say gluten-free on it?
Yep.
It does.
They have a pear cider as well.
Yeah, and rosé, they got like all
Yeah, I knew
crazy
they
with
had
their
pear,
flavor.
a couple flavors, yeah. I didn't know it said it on the bottle though.
Oh. What's next?
When you're mixing at home, and like we didn't really even touch on it, but simple syrups
Yes.
can be made with all kinds of things. So really, if you just make your own, usually it's a 1-to-1, like 1 amount of water versus and 1 amount of sugar, and you can use that sugar. It can be anything. So honey, xylitol, any of your healthier sweeteners, you could make your own simple syrups.
Yeah, so for those that don't bartend often, in a lot of drinks there's something called simple syrups, and especially in, let me think here, anything like an old fashioned, a mojito, you'll see at the bar it's usually in like a squeeze, like a clear squeeze ketchup bottle, and they kind of go like this. That's usually sugar water. If they're buying it, it's high fructose corn syrup water.
Yeah.
However, we will make them at home, put them in a mason jar, put it in a squeeze bottle. Amazon makes these moonshine toppers, which we have somewhere around here. I'll find one later. But it literally goes on top of your mason jar, and it turns your mason jar into a pour spout. So those are really nice if you're making any homemade kind of old-fashioned mix or syrups or whatever. They're a couple bucks on Amazon. They're fantastic. They're meant for moonshine, but I use them for my mason jars. My kids, we use them to water our plants in the house because then they can't spill. So Jace, the 3-year-old, can go for like 10 minutes just emptying out one mason jar. So multi-purpose.
Nice.
Yeah, but I know you guys make a simple syrup a lot. You usually
All
use
the time.
xylitol,
Yep.
1-to-1 ratio. I've done it with honey. I've made lemonade. You can use that as a base for a lot of things. If you're making lemonade, I've done 1-to-1 ratio of honey and water. You put it on the stove, get it very lightly warm, then add your lemons. So it's a versus pouring in sugar, because as we know, a lot of the substitutes don't dissolve easily.
Well, and I was just gonna say, I'm like, it doesn't even have to be for alcoholic drinks too.
Yeah.
Like if you do lemonade, like good lemonade, just lemon juice and throw some simple syrup in there and then water, and you're good to go.
Well, and I was finding as I was starting to mix drinks at home, things that called for Sprite, I could use seltzer and simple syrup. Or different things I would typically use that it's there.
Yeah, we made our own sweet and sour with organic limes, organic lemons, and simple syrup.
What do you put that in?
Martini, an elderflower martini. My new favorite drink.
Let's go over to the bar and make another drink. I mean, we haven't finished our first or our
Not that
second
we're
one.
actually drinking these.
But I think Danny needs one behind the camera. Let's see here. We talked about vodka. Let's talk about a Bloody Mary. I'm not going to make a Bloody Mary. So Bloody Marys are big. Are they big everywhere? Does anybody
Yeah.
know? I mean,
feel
they're
like-
big in Wisconsin at like 10
I
a.m.
feel like they are.
I feel like they are.
So
Like,
you can
even
make a
West
homemade Bloody
Coast.
Mary.
Florida
When
is
I'm
like
feeling
clam juice,
like it,
though.
I do it camping. It's going to have tomato juice and spices, salt, peppers, celery salt. I put hot sauce in it. I put Worcestershire, lemon, lime. However, as you know, a lot of that stuff can be filled with that. Look at your Bloody Mary mix. Usually they contain gluten, they contain MSG, they contain sugar, they contain a whole lot of things. So when I'm going to make it homemade, one of my favorite things is the Annie's Organic Worcestershire sauce. I use this to make a lot of things. And then we recently found a Bloody Mary mix. Now, it's not organic, but it's very, very decent. There's no gluten, there's no MSG. It's called Dimitri's, and they sell it at our local grocery store. So my father-in-law, or my husband's stepdad, makes homemade Bloody Marys. He cans the tomatoes, makes the juice. They're fantastic. But sometimes I just need a Bloody Mary mix that's easy, and this is one of our go-tos. Add some water to it and add vodka. So let's go to rum. You want to
Yeah.
come up and make a pina colada? Or a light pina colada?
Do you have the recipe for it?
Yeah,
All right.
I do.
Sure.
They're winging this one, aren't they?
So we were in the office,
Yeah.
and we were talking about getting out the blender and being fancy, and Dr. Zach,
We got the blender.
we got the blender. We're going to make grasshoppers later.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have said we had a surprise, because that's my thing. We have a surprise at the end. We don't know what it's gonna be. No, we're gonna break down a grasshopper. If you're not, is that also just a Midwestern thing? It's an ice cream drink. It's served at a lot of supper clubs. We make them non-alcoholic for my kiddos. They love them.
Yeah,
We're gonna do that.
mint
It's
ice cream.
filled with crap.
Artificial colors, flavors, sugar for
Sugars,
days.
GMOs. Oh my gosh, we're gonna make a fun one. We're gonna make a grasshopper, but we have to end since that's how you typically use grasshoppers.
Yeah.
So we were in our office talking about Pina Coladas, which is a rum drink for you rum drinkers out there. And we decided we were gonna make a light Pina Colada based on Dr. Zach's. I think it was his recommendation. I hope. If it wasn't, he gets the credit. But super simple. Let me see here, where's our rum?
And sometimes you don't want all, like, you want the flavor, but you don't want like the big, heavy, like super filling with all the different, like actual pineapple and heavy coconut cream.
You
and all
could
that.
do this and just blend it and add more cream,
could.
heavy cream. That would make it more of a. Would you get me some ice, ma'am?
Of course.
And pineapple juice.
Yeah, you
So
make
this
it-
is another thing where I like. So this is simple syrup in this bottle. It's xylitol simple syrup. It's half and half.
It's
It's in
in a
an
wine
old
bottle. Just it's
wine
fine.
bottle. So again, you're gonna take a shot. We found Rum Haven made with real coconut water. I have not found an organic rum. I'm not a big rum drinker.
I don't drink a lot of rum because rum loves me a lot.
This one's for Renee. So we're gonna do our ounce to ounce and a half of rum. And then I'm gonna do half and half. Coconut milk and pineapple juice. I'm gonna try it. If you need it a little sweeter, you can always add simple syrup.
For sure.
For sure.
I don't think you will with pineapple juice though.
I don't
It's
think
like
so either.
Super sweet stuff.
Super sweet. I'm actually gonna open it this way because I think it'll be less messy. You know what I mean? Or are we making two?
For sure. I don't know. I got
How
multiple
pretty.
cups.
See, now I wouldn't mix that.
Super fun.
I feel like it needs mint on top.
You want to spank it?
Alex said, Sam was spanking basil last night for a drink.
Basil?
Oh
Danny
yeah.
said, somebody
Some
on the
lemonade.
comments said they were spanking basil last night. I love fresh basil.
Samson was spanking basil.
I wonder, we'll have to comment. Tell us what
straws.
you were making as a drink with basil.
Fresh
And then-
herbs are super fun in drinks. So like basil, mint, even like you see the rosemaries. I've seen a lot of rosemary with grapefruit mixed, which is a really great summer flavor.
If you are just joining on
Great.
because it's Facebook and
Doing
maybe
it
you
out.
just got your kids to bed, maybe you just got your drink made, we are doing a Wellness Way version of a healthy mixology class. The beginning was rocky. Don't go back and watch our video, but we're on now. We're here. I'm still recouping from that. And we are making different
I don't
drinks.
think
We're
fully
talking
yet.
about hangovers. We're talking about
Post-traumatic stress.
alcohol.
Yep.
We're talking about wine. We later are going to make ice cream drink healthy.
That's a
And
surprise.
we can't do a show without making a healthy old fashioned. We've got a spin
We do.
on bitters, and I'm super excited for it. We tried it for the first time today, and it worked out. No, I don't need ice.
I thought we were doing three.
Tip? Easiest way to make a drink. That's how I prefer to mix. There you go.
Okay.
Does it taste? We're calling this a light pina colada.
It's actually really good. It's really good.
It's really good. Oh. Okay, we're gonna share with our behind the scenes people over here. Mmm.
Try it.
Enough for me?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Oh, it is good.
That's pretty good.
Like, that's
You wanna
nice.
try it?
Is that good?
It's pretty good.
That came from Zach.
Yeah.
Especially
Don't
for it
underestimate
being
that
not
juice.
blended.
Right?
Yeah, so easily throw that in a blender and call it a pina colada.
Yeah, but I'm saying for not blended, it's pretty.
Just
It's
on
got
ice.
a lot
Super
of
easy.
yeah.
To, what, 3 things?
3 things. Plus ice and a cup. So 5. Okay, as long as you're doing rum, you
Yeah.
have to do a mojito.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what a
Spank mint?
mojito is that in the description of the show? Spank the mint, because I feel like that's brought up every 3 minutes.
I'll be good.
You want to come make a mojito? Do you know how to make a mojito?
I don't think so.
I made one for the first time last week with my mother-in-law.
I don't think I want to do it if I have to spank the mint.
The
I can
best
help
part.
you,
Right, Sam?
but I don't think I know how to make one.
All right. Let's see. We need a cup.
Do you know?
And we need mint.
You gotta, what, do you muddle the lime and the mint?
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Here.
No ice.
But I'm going to muddle
It's gonna
it.
get muddled, so it's kind of fine.
So
I'm.
muddling is a term for you press down on whatever I'm sure there's a scientific term for it.
That didn't sound very scientific.
She sidetracked me. Okay, so by pressing on this, you can hear it crush. Can you hear it in my microphone? For those that don't know, we do this all day, every day. We don't drink all day, every day at the Wellness Way. We are this fun. Except for when we're
I'm
working,
like, yeah,
and
'cause
we're
quite
busy,
frankly,
and we're putting out fires.
None of these are kicking in.
And the internet's down.
Lime.
And lime, please. Assistant. Okay, so a few sprigs of mint. Again, I like a lot of lime. Calls for like a quarter. I would typically do a half if I was doing it for me. So you're gonna put the lime in. Okay.
Do you muddle it with the lime?
You can muddle it with the lime.
I don't, it was a question. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that sounds fantastic.
I don't know either.
I'm liming it. And then simple syrup,
Too much.
the rum. You got everything. See why I needed your help? And mix it up. Ice, ma'am. And now a seltzer. So let's talk about seltzers.
Oh, which
It
one do you
should
want?
just be, let's do the glass club soda. Yeah, grab one of those and maybe, perfect. And maybe that White Rock one right down there.
Is this a good
Oh,
one?
There's a
White
lot of seltzer options. I mean, this is carbonated spring water. This was cool. They make club soda out of spring water.
Beaver Tree does a lot of fun stuff. So they do like tonic, they've got ginger beers, they've got sodas.
Yeah, what was that
seltzers,
other one
all
we found?
natural.
This one?
Aromatic tonic water
aromatic,
we found. We
yep.
found Indian tonic water and Mediterranean tonic water. I don't know how they're any different, but we found them all at the grocery store. But this is soda, spring water. So if you want to get really fancy, spring-fed water is going to have your minerals in it still. It's not just going to be a distilled or purified water. It's not going to have chlorine in it. It wasn't treated at a plant. It's spring water. How cool. This is another one that you can really find everywhere. It's seltzer water. It's purified carbonated water. It's not spring water, but it's water. Your seltzer shouldn't have any additives in it. However, I'm partial to glass.
I was gonna
think
say they're
we
both in
all are at
glass.
the Wellness Way. Anything stored in plastic, whether it's bottled water, we've got an article on that we can post in the comments, but soda, which we wouldn't drink anyways, but water, that plastic, it's sitting on trucks, it's gonna get heated and cooled and heated and cooled, and it's gonna leach into that water. So, which then creates all types of issues. It's an endocrine disruptor, hormonal issues, so on and so forth, toxins from plastic, as we know. So I prefer anything that I'm gonna do in glass. If I'm gonna do it, when you guys think about it, when you go to the store, a bottle of plastic, oh, where I set it over there, probably don't want it on my set anyways. A bottle of plastic water is gonna be, what, 89 cents, $1.19? This pack of this was probably $2.99 for a 6-pack. It's going to be more expensive, $3.99 maybe. However, in the long run, if you have 3 a night, you just spend an extra 75 cents to make it worthwhile. So it's easy to go to the store and see sticker shock, but in the long run, what do they say?
Really?
Pay your farmer or pay your pharmacist. So that's why it matters, and that's kind of how I work through it in my. I'd rather have 3 really good. Who am I kidding? 3 drinks and I'd be on the floor. I'd
I
rather
was going to
have.
say 3 a night. She's going.
I'd rather have 2 really good drinks than 4 half-price, crappy filled drinks that make me feel like yuck.
Well, and it's all about how it's going to make you feel after the fact,
Yeah.
too. It's not
Well,
just the
and
day
what
that
it's
you're
doing
drinking it. It's
to your body.
Yeah.
Once you get used to stuff in glass, I feel like there's a flavor difference.
Touche.
Between-
Definitely.
yeah.
You mean like our glass cups?
as we're mixing in plastic. But nothing is sitting in there, and I didn't want us to break anything. So you're gonna mix that up. Now, they flavor mojitos. So
Right.
they do blackberry, they do strawberry. A lot of the pineapple mojito is really fun. We didn't talk about this, but we've got, they sell these at a lot of the grocery stores, but they're stevia, liquid stevias. So lime, Vanna 1, Vanna 2. No, you don't have to.
You want me to hold it?
They're stevias and they're sweetened. So buy lime oils and different, boiled down fruit. That's a really quick way if you don't like seltzer or you like something sweet. They make cola flavored stevias. So I know people that'll grab, they're used to like a rum and Coke.
Yep.
And they'll do rum and soda water and cola flavored stevia. How awesome is that versus
I would do that with
12?
my kids, minus the rum.
I was like, whoa.
But mostly.
Depends on their mood.
Oh my gosh, see, that's good. It's fresh.
What? No, I like it.
It's bubbly water, mint,
It like hits, like, and it takes a sec, but it hits.
pow, lime, and mint.
It's good though. Fresh.
Fresh.
Light.
Awesome. Who wants to try this one? Carly? I'll take that one back when you're done. It's good. Okay, so we have to hit on tequila, and we've got to hit on an old fashioned and a grasshopper. If you guys have any questions for us, please put them in the comments. We talked about herbs, we talked about hangovers, we talked about mixing. You can get creative. Some of our favorite things, you've probably heard it on a lot of our shows, are Noomas. You want to take a peek at that? Why don't you read what's in these?
So it's filtered water, organic coconut water from concentrate, organic mango flavors, sea salt, organic stevia, leaf extract. That's
So
it.
these are a good option for a Gatorade alternative. Actually, my husband's cousin texted me the other day and said, not feeling well, would like Gatorade, have a different option. Or I get breastfeeding moms that say, they told me to drink Propel, or they told me to drink the blue Gatorade. No, there's tons of chemicals and additives and sugar in those. Go with the coconut water. They're all over. This is our favorite brand. We have met the owners. We've worked with the company. We've learned their processes. They take actual fruit and boil it down, and that's what they use to flavor the coconut waters, which I think is really cool. They're not just buying in different oils
Right.
or different things. And then they add the sea salt to it, which is super fun.
Question about hard seltzers, like Henry's and Truly.
Yes. Okay, so we had a question about hard seltzers. So we've got a Henry's here. Would you say this? I don't know that I'd call this a seltzer.
I believe it's still in that family though. It's
Yeah.
just a different.
Spiked and sparkling.
So this hard sparkling water, naturally flavored, 0 sugar. Again, I wouldn't say that they're perfect, but if you were gonna go out and wanted anything to drink, this is your thing right here. Over a Bud Light or over a soda and Coke or whatever. I mean,
Soda,
there's 0
yeah,
sugar.
okay.
It's sparkling water. It's just, what is that natural flavor? I've never looked into it. I've had a few Henry's.
Well, and there's so many different kinds out there. There's
Yeah.
Henry's, there's White Claw, there's tons
White
of them.
Claw is a real
Press,
popular
I think,
one
is
that they
one,
have.
right? There's a ton of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
those
again,
are,
great
even in any
option.
bar. They don't even have to be
they're
high
gonna
end,
be,
whatever.
They're gonna be gluten-free,
everywhere.
sugar-free. Yeah. So another one that just came out is called Crook & Marker. My husband's aunt had this when we were camping last weekend. This is kind of cool. It's sweet. It's too sweet for me. I'm not a sweet drinker.
sweet
It's
people.
actually, yeah, let's see here. It's organic alcohol, which I think is cool, from ancient grains and tropical roots. So it's made out of organic cassava root, organic amaranth, organic millet, and organic quinoa. That's kind of cool.
It is cool.
So that's where they're making the alcohol. And the natural cherry flavor with stevia, fruit, vegetable juice, erythritol as a sweetener. Talk to us about you and stevia.
I just from personal experience, and actually it started with coffee because I kept putting stevia in my coffee just to take the edge off of some of that bitter, and I kept blowing up like a pufferfish. Like it would just like make me super inflamed. And I thought it was either the coffee or what I was putting in it because that's all I would have like in the morning, and it was happening every day. So I wasn't going to pull the coffee first, so I pulled the stevia first.
I remember She goes, today's the day. And I said, what? She goes, I find out if I'm allergic to coffee.
So yeah, no, it's stevia, and I found out because these have stevia in it, and I was like fluffing up on those, and a lot of like the Zevias and stuff like that, the clean sodas that we promote a lot. I'm like, I don't react well with those puppies.
I keep looking at this and seeing sea salt. Salt's good for you. Good salt.
Clean, yeah,
Clean
good salt.
We've got an article on that. We'll post that in the comments.
Another thing about these real quick, my brother works construction, and after a day out in this heat, so a lot of you wives that have construction workers, put some of these in their lunches. Like he downs probably 2 of them throughout the day and another one when he gets home. If he doesn't, I mean, he's literally sick to his stomach. These guys are so dehydrated from being out there. He is, and he's not a big, wellness way life liver.
She's working on it.
Working on it. But these, he legitimately came home and he was like, I need those because we ran out. He drank all of them. He's like, I want 2 cases right now. So just a tip for some of you, wives even, or whoever is watching, husbands, construction workers, really good for rehydrating you guys after those days out in the heat that it's, especially in Green Bay, the way it's been lately. So
Yeah,
just
my
something to
husband
think
takes
about.
these, which is why they're a game changer for hangovers. We never promote that you drink so much that you get a hangover. However, I do know people that have 1 or 2 drinks, they'll get a hangover.
Or you just react badly.
Or they're
you
just
don't- something wasn't
dehydrated.
in it, and-
Game changers.
Oh yeah.
I can't have
Definitely.
them because I'm allergic to coconut.
Yeah, my kids loved. They have
But-
a chocolate mint flavor,
Tastes
and my
like chocolate
kids
milk, I've heard.
loved it. And then one of them showed up allergic to coconut. So
There goes
Yeah.
that.
yeah, there goes that.
In
for
fact,
now.
I brought this in, not for the adults. I mean, the adults can drink it, but because we're all moms, and we've got a lot of moms watching,
They're
this is one
good.
of my kids' favorites. They're
Never seen those.
so. Do you remember Capri Sun? Did they have that when you were little? I had to get one in because that's what we do. Long
I'm like, yeah, but it was in a wooden box. Yeah.
Okay, so Capri Sun's filled with
Paper
junk.
straw.
So not only does this replace it, it's organic, it's made with coconut water. Fruit punch and coconut water. So
They're actually really good. There's
They're
a ton of
fun.
flavor in them. It really is.
in fact, I'm struggling because my kids want to have them more often than I would normally let them have juice. But it's hot out, and they're coconut water. But now they think they can have juice whenever they want, but it's not really juice. It's
Yeah.
coconut water. So I brought one I saw in the
They are
fridge
good.
when we were digging through stuff. I get these at Costco. I don't know that I've seen them anywhere else. Have you? Have you?
My kids
I
are kind of
don't-
beyond that age. So
Oh yeah. Really? So my 13-year-old should not drink 6 of these a day?
That's where all mine are going.
Also, they're nanny. Let's do tequila, and then let's see if we have any questions. If you're just tuning in, we are doing a healthy mixology class. Let us know that you're watching. If you're watching on the replay, as always, write replay. And let us know where you're watching from, where you're tuning in from. We can kind of speak to different areas. Obviously, we're talking about old fashions. Some people don't know what they are. There's some big things. Let's talk about tequila. And tequila's cool. It's the one thing. Silver tequila is the one thing. See why we don't have a live studio audience usually?
Tequila's
No more
cool.
drinks for them.
I'd like to know what's cool about tequila.
That you can have it if you're allergic to yeast. See?
Oh.
Legit
Yeah.
scientific reason.
Okay.
Okay? Silver tequila is okay if you have a brewer's yeast allergy. Okay?
It's cool.
true story.
It's cool. I think tequila has history. It's made out of agave, and I can just picture like.
Agave plants, like, don't they have to be so
Like the
old?
Captain Morgan guy, or what was
No.
that? Did you see what she just did? She's like, I can just picture that, and she's got her.
Ooh.
I don't know. Okay, so
What do you need?
the tequila. This is one of my favorites. Should we clear some of this junk? I feel like we're getting
we
messier
kinda-
and
we're
messier as the
cluttered.
night goes on. If people are just tuning in, they're seeing our wonderful tonic water that we are not saying to use. So this is one of my favorite tequilas. It's not cheap, of course, but it's certified organic. They've got a silver and a gold. Move our Noomas. Sure, move.
Keep that by you, because you keep.
Okay, so let's make a margarita. Because for those that don't know, when you go to the store and you get like Jose Cuervo margarita mix, and
Oh
it
my
is
goodness.
full of junk. Red number 40, sugar, high fructose corn syrup, etc., etc. It's not necessarily the tequila that is
That's
making
making you
you
feel
feel
bad.
like crap even one drink in. So again, because I love lime and I love everything fresh, I love a good margarita. Now, I didn't memorize this recipe. Did you? Do you know? Do you remember from Thursday night?
It's really, he just made kind of like
One of our doctors was in
The
from
sweet and sour,
Columbia
like homemade sweet
office,
and sour.
Dr. Jeremy Maxwell, and he was making homemade margaritas. We had a board meeting, and because we only do everything nice and clean, we were making homemade margaritas. But in a nutshell, it was tequila. I can pull up the recipe here in 2 seconds. It was tequila, it was lime,
Lemon,
it was Grand
and simple-
Marnier, which is going to be an orange liqueur.
I did not catch that going in those.
Yeah, let's talk about liqueur. So we looked
Yeah.
up the other day. A liqueur is basically a vodka with whatever fruit or things you're flavoring it with, and then a sweetener. So there's ways to make homemade liqueur. I'm guessing we could take oranges and soak them in vodka
Oh, for sure.
and add our simple syrup or honey and water simple syrup and create our own healthy orange liqueur. Again, now you're using small amounts of these. So if you go and you make a batch, a mason jar of orange liqueur or simple syrup, it lasts forever, unless you're drinking more than you should.
Unless
or
you're
putting on a
drinking
party.
2 a night or
3 a night. 3 a night.
3 a night. Unless you're Brie, it
would
should
die.
last you a while.
That was from real. There's people just joining on and they're gonna believe you.
Wow.
They're going to believe you when you say it like 20 minutes ago.
She's thinking since they missed that part, she's
Walking
safe.
off the show. Okay, so recipe over there. We don't need a recipe. Tequila, an ounce.
Do you want ice? Pour it over the ice? No? All right.
I was gonna do our mix and match. Grand Marnier. Do we have that? We probably
Yeah.
don't have it open.
No.
So if you could open that.
Do you need lemons?
So
Do you need
I need a lemon and a lime. I will post this recipe because a homemade margarita is something everybody is always looking for. So watch the website here in the next couple of days and we'll get it in the comments. A legit ounce per ounce, how much that you're using in each.
Well, and frankly,
beverage.
you could do, like, you could make the base, mix it together, throw it in the fridge, and then just make it drink for drink. So you have a batch for a party, say, if you want to do
Yep.
that.
We like to do any Wellness Way different things that we do. We don't have alcohol at all of them, but if we do, we make sure it's clean. So that's where we like to pick a drink. You know,
Yeah,
whether
like a
we're
signature
at
drink.
home or we're doing a party, you know, after hours at the office or putting on a Christmas party or putting on a seminar, we pick a drink. So Thursdays was a margarita. So we got all this stuff. So again, you're not setting out an entire bar and trying to figure out how to make clean drinks. You're saying we've got a red and a white organic wine and a drink of the day. So today's is tequila. Today's is a margarita. Usually with the liqueur, it's about half as much as the alcohol, so I did a shot and a half. I'm trying to remember, we had wash, or we
There
had,
was a simple syrup.
yep, simple
and
syrup.
then Was he doing it with
That was it.
over ice?
Lemons,
That's right.
limes, yeah,
That's right. That's why it was the birthday margarita. The only way
yeah.
he makes them.
yeah. So it was literally a true margarita.
Yep.
If you go to Mexico, is your orange liqueur. Now, this is not a Mexican orange liqueur. This is from Paris. But, I don't know, it's just the common one that everybody knows. And tequila, and our simple syrup to sweeten it, and lemon and lime. Sometimes, a lot of times, just lime. A lot of times, they'll use agave syrup to sweeten margaritas instead of,
Well,
but,
and it matches the tequila, right?
yeah. So it looks like that's it. That's the drink. So it was 2 ounces of tequila, if I remember correctly. I had a
That's right.
lemon seed in there. I mean, you can smell that.
I could smell that just pouring that in there.
It's a margarita.
It was good.
I prefer salt on the rim usually. Could use a little more simple syrup. But that is a true. Now, if I were drinking them at home,
I'm pretty sure that's why she does 2 every night and she's done.
God, if I
Oh
drank
my
2 of
gosh.
those every night, there's no way I could do anything.
Yeah, if you want a margarita, that's your guy.
1 margarita and 6 tacos later. Woo! If it were me, would add
open one of
seltzer. Because, I mean, let's be realistic. I can't just drink straight alcohol over ice. Not since college.
Or Thursday.
Much more doable. Now let's try this. Now I would take,
I think everything's still sitting on the bottom.
needs to be mixed.
Now you're gonna start to
Oh,
monkey
you're gonna
with
put
it.
strawberry in
I'm
there?
gonna add strawberry stevia. Okay. I use these in my protein shakes that I make for the kiddos, the different flavors.
You use tequila in your protein shake?
I use,
Yes, she does.
no, I do not use tequila. Unlike her with her Moscow mules for kids or whatever it was she was making. Whiskey.
Rum? Anything?
That is awesome.
We had like a lineup of a bazillion stevia flavors that my kids would do with just
I mean,
water.
it's definitely more doable.
Yeah. I mean, I still too, and I.
Yeah, I don't know
it's
that I would
tequila,
drink
but
a whole one, but
Oh,
You're out, stevia.
Stevia.
That's right. And then last
I
but
do
not
like the
least with the
strawberry, though.
tequila, a Paloma. Not popular up by us.
no, but evidently that's like the real Mexican drink. Like if you go there, I've seen all these articles on it since, and they're like, you go to Mexico, get Palomas, because that's what they do. I don't know if this is real Mexico. You can let me know.
Hey, Mexico's calling.
Yeah.
We should probably take a field trip and figure it out.
I feel like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what is a Paloma?
So Palomas,
Like,
there's a
no.
couple different ways. I've seen a million different recipes, and bottom line, it's grapefruit juice, tequila, and lime. And then you can do soda with it, or if you want to shortcut it, you can grab one of these like grapefruit sodas, and then do with tequila and lime, and it's that rim glass with salt.
Yeah, we've got just grapefruit juice.
Yeah, grapefruit juice. You would do this with like a splash of like a seltzer or something to lighten it up a little bit. Yeah, they're great.
Awesome. And again, anything that you're using, just grab that can and check the back. There's so many options for straight 100% grapefruit juice.
Water concentrated grapefruit juice.
Yep. You don't need one with the sodium benzoate and the different things. We were talking about ginger beer before. Obviously, we like the Q or the Fever Tree, but this Barrett's super popular. They have this everywhere. Carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, natural and artificial ginger flavoring, citric acid, neutral color, sodium benzoate, extract of quail bark, and caramel color.
Yeah.
Just not. So when you go to a restaurant,
and I'm pretty sure that's what they use in the restaurants, right?
a lot
so,
of them.
So many.
Another option if
This
they're
is what
using
they use.
Stoli, now this is a ton of sugar, but it is real sugar.
Yeah.
Pure cane sugar, natural ginger extract, and other natural flavors. It does have potassium sorbate in it and sodium benzoate. Again, I brought these of some of you no-nos. This is an absolute no. This is the best next option. Still wouldn't recommend it. Absolute no. Very popular though, this Barrett's.
Well, and what you can do though is like get your mules somewhere where either they will have like a clean or an artisan kind of because ginger beer, because a lot of mixology places are popping up and they have it. But if you're going to your supper clubs or your regular dive bars, don't order a mule.
Yeah.
Get the vodka
Order a meal
seltzer.
or ask
you know?
what they're using.
Yeah.
Feel free to ask. I will do that. What do you mix? I would love a mule. What are you mixing it with?
Well, and I've seen even the lime, like they're using the lime
What's that?
concentrate.
Yeah, or ginger
Ginger ale.
I've made it with ginger kombucha.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you don't want the sugar in it. Yeah, and
Those are
I
good.
like to put an entire half of a lime in each of my mules.
Yeah.
I do.
Tons
I
of
like
citrus.
the lime. So let's check and see if we have any questions. Say hi to everybody.
Dr. Jason says that fructose causes insulin resistance and obesity. There's a direct correlation.
So fructose.
So you want to avoid it.
Which, you know what? So many people like stop
So we'll have to
drinking.
repeat what she said.
Yeah.
Fructose causes insulin resistance. I was
And obesity.
and obesity.
So there's a direct correlation. So then you see these people who like just stop drinking. All the stories of the men losing weight, just they stop drinking. Well,
It's
a
not
lot of it is the
necessarily
beer.
what-
A
Again,
lot
we're
of it's
not
the
promoting
drinks.
going on and drinking,
And, like,
but
puffing
I'm
'em up.
promoting. I relate this. This is you guys are gonna laugh at me. I relate this to my dog.
Yeah.
Just wait for it. Just wait for it. We switched. My vet told me this. A lot of people switch over their dog's food when they're dealing with allergies. Dogs have it too. We did a show on that, and they don't switch the treats.
Oh,
It's the same as humans. See, told you I'd bring it back around. They switch the foods. They switch their
I
cleaners.
think you
they
could have
switch their
easily related it
toothpaste.
to humans from the get-go, but we'll go with your dog
What
story
about our
first.
dog lovers? What about our mom?
I don't
fuzzy
think they're
dogs out there?
drinkers.
Oh, if you've got a dog, I know Alex and Sam are watching.
I don't think the dogs are drinkers. Does it matter? Why couldn't you have just said it for people? Why'd you have to go with the dog?
Why'd you have to kill my story?
They are if you let them.
It made
I have seen that. I've seen like a lot of dogs with like people are
Oh.
rednecks feeding them the beers.
Rednecks.
Are you sure you do? She's
My
giving her
dogs
dogs
don't
beers.
drink. My dogs don't drink, but we needed to also change the treats when we changed the food. Same with humans. If you're gonna change your food and you're gonna get healthy, you gotta watch what you can drink. And a lot of people also just go, I don't know any healthy options, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. We've obviously shared hundreds. I mean, just a simple vodka or liquor of choice can be mixed with anything. Seltzers, different things.
Well, and it's
I mean,
easier to do
man.
at home.
Yeah.
Let's
It is
face
easier
it.
to
It's
do at
easier
home.
to do at home.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
might not be getting your favorite drink when you go out to the bar, but
But find your best option, your healthiest option. That's not going to make you regret
Yeah.
it the next day.
save your favorites
the
for
night
at
out.
So
home
what's
and
your
then just
favorite
do
when
your
you go out
vodka.
to the bar?
Honestly, I stick with Henry's.
Okay.
I-
So
I'm a
you're a hard
Henry's.
seltzer,
Yep.
Henry's or White Claw if they don't have it.
Yep, I was always a beer drinker. I'm not a big liquor drinker. But when it comes to that, like just at
If
the
you're
bar,
out-
the
Right.
easiest thing is just to ask for a Henry's. I don't have to worry about what they're mixing it with. Granted, I'm sure it's not the best option, but I don't have to worry about what they're mixing it with or what they're adding to it or what cherries they're using in my old fashioned or what. It's just,
Yep.
it's easy. That's what
So
I use.
I'm a vodka seltzer
Yep,
with a lemon and a lime.
that's what I do.
That's
Vodka
that's my
seltzers.
go-to. Unless I know I'm at a, I'm looking at the menu and I see their margaritas are homemade or whichever. I do enjoy something like that too.
Right.
So, all right, let's sit back over here. Let's check in on if we've got any questions, and then we'll make a old fashioned, and we'll make a grasshopper.
Surprise!
Surprise!
Is that the surprise?
Yes. No, be surprised.
Jason said my dog is still fat compared to his brother. We have brother dogs. Yours used to be.
No, we always used to get picked on because our dog was the heavy one, but guess who's got the heavy one now?
He's not heavy.
Way heavier than mine.
That's because they run away, so they don't get to run as much as they used to. Megan says, what recipe did you use to make the simple syrup?
Equal portions, like you use equal parts water and your sweetener of choice. So it's equal, like a cup of water, a cup of xylitol, 2 cups of water, 2 cups of xylitol, depending on how much you want to make, how much you're going through. Is it for a party or is it just for your personal? Because it probably is good for maybe a week or so, and then after that I would start watching for fuzzes or something.
How long
Did
do
you start in the fridge?
Yeah,
And it get fuzzies after that?
I have never had a batch get fuzzies, but I'm just thinking it's going to
She's
happen.
never had a batch last that long. Just don't let her fool you. She doesn't know
I am
how
not,
long it
I'm
lasts.
also not my own bartender, so I don't know. Maybe there was a batch with fuzzies and he remade it.
Right? How long do you cook it for?
Just until it incorporates. Like some people, like when you get with the making simple syrup, you say, oh, boil it, make sure.
Yep.
Really, you just want to get it hot enough and stir it together until it all dissolves and you can see like there's no more grains floating around in it and it's all like a uniform mixture.
Especially if you're using a raw honey.
Yeah.
You don't want to boil it and get
Right.
rid of the
And then
enzymes.
you
I mean,
kill
that's
that.
good for you. So, this is Tanzel's hubby. I love how much you guys make her laugh. Well, we enjoy that we make you guys laugh too. That's one of our goals. Let's see here. The one and done margarita. Loving every minute of this. Rock and roll platinum tequila.
One and done.
Ooh,
Yeah, are
we've
you
got
going
people
for
from Fargo, North
efficiency?
Dakota. Hello, Danielle. Carrie is from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I want to live in Broken Arrow or Sunshine Lane. I mean, just
Isn't every lane sunshine with you, Bree? Are we there yet?
What's wrong with what's wrong?
oh, let's see
Sunshine
here.
Lane.
Oh, I'm going to start saying
That's too
spank
much
the mint. You
pressure.
are going to start saying spank the mint. Spank the basil.
Spank them in.
Yeah. Know of any gluten-free and or organic brandy for old fashions? That's a good question, Erin. We are going to make an old fashioned next. I'm not a brandy drinker. My old fashioned of choice, honestly, used to be Southern Comfort, which I know is full of sugar and caramel color and not gluten-free. So I haven't found a good alternative for that. So, girls' weekend at my cabin in Crivets. Bring everything on that table. Sounds like a rough Sunday morning. Oh, they're checking our flights to Mount. Sounds good, Molly.
Perfect.
Love this. Dry ciders are not as sweet. Thank you, Ross. I'm going to guess cherry juice is a no-no. So, Alyssa, we've got an option. I once made a cherry juice homemade with organic tart cherry juice and honey and made a simple syrup, but really I made a cherry syrup. We made homemade old-fashioned mix for gifts once. This was years ago, and it was a recipe of orange juice, lemon juice, bitters. At the time, we didn't have a healthy bitters. We've got an option for a healthy bitters that not only is not bad for you, but it's good for you.
Right.
So we're going to show that next. I'm excited for that. Oh, wow. Cucumber vodka and water. Yeah, Prairie.
Prairie does an organic cucumber vodka.
Where do you get that at?
Wow. I mean, it was at our grocery store, Woodman's. We've got it at Festival. It's kind of all over the place. I've seen Prairie. And then I just found out today they do a gin too. That's organic.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
I
what
didn't
else
know.
they're getting their hands into, but the clears.
Let's see here. Wow, lots of good stuff, you guys. Check out these comments. Dry Farm Wines. What do you think of Truly? I'd have to look at that. Awesome.
Truly, is that?
Isn't there one with added sugar?
I was gonna say there's one that I feel like it says it's 0 sugar, but then they put in the Splenda or the
added.
NutraSweets or things like that. So I would say just watch your sugars.
Watch
on
your
those.
labels.
Like what are they making that? Getting
And
it sweet
just don't look at sugar-free and assume it's good.
right.
Right.
That's
They
where they
can
put in the
list something
Splenda.
as sugar-free if it contains aspartame, which is a neurotoxin.
Right.
Horrible for you. It's what's in diet soda, et cetera, et cetera. Let's start a Wellness Way pub with organic food, gluten-free drinks, and food and spanked mint. Sounds like a perfect marketing.
That'll be the name of the
we
place.
talked about creating
Spank
a
the
healthy
Mint.
bar. Spank the mint. Is this a Korean massage parlor or is this a healthy bar? Because I feel like this could get really sticky. Danny, get your butt on the show. Susie said, I missed what you said. I know you said silver tequila, but what was the other drink you said you could have? I'm assuming you mean with the yeast allergy. You can have triple distilled or more times. It can be 5, 6 times distilled vodka, or silver tequila is acceptable with the yeast allergy. Now watch what you're mixing it with
Right.
and make sure there's no yeast in that. Brewer's yeast allergy, not baker's yeast. Alyssa, we will come up with that recipe for the old-fashioned mix. We've been saying we're going to do that. So we got to get the margarita recipe online, and we got to get the old-fashioned mix recipe online. But let's go make an old-fashioned, and let's show everybody our bitters. I'm excited about our bitters.
The bitters was super fun. Actually, when I started looking for healthy bitters, I was surprised. Amazon has a ton of them. Really fun, like crazy.
It's always Amazon though.
Right.
Well,
These
What
are
the
kind of
lavenders
exciting
and
though.
the-
to New Mexico.
We did.
Hang on. What did we find? Tell them about, tell them why we were there.
But we were there to visit our, wow, can't think of the name right now. No, I know herb manufacturer. I was trying to think of the name. Vitality Works.
Yes.
We were there to visit the plant and see how our supplements are processed and made and all the different things they go through to make them. They even have a lady that sits around all day just tasting them, and if they taste funny,
This was her job.
that's all she does.
It's so crazy.
All day. She sits and she
Do you
tastes
remember those
every single one of
cards?
them.
No.
They
The
had
what?
cards. You guys, this is so cool. And I geek out on this stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it
we
was-
got
it was
invited.
cool.
I mean, just full immersion experience for 2 years. Why do we say the Wellness Way herbs are the best? Because we freaking know.
They are.
They are.
Holy crap. So they have cards, and they have batches of herbs from the last 20 years, and they put a dropper to see the different coloring and the different tastes, and they have vials from the last 30 plus years of every herb to be able to test it. It's just so darn cool to make sure that the purity is there, that the quality is there. But yeah, like
Color.
a cereal taster, but more of a shitty job because she's tasting liquid herbs all
I
day.
mean, super good for you, but
I mean, she's
ugh.
got to be super healthy, but
I don't know how you would even like.
I didn't know how to ask.
Yeah.
I want to know what she got paid.
Should have
It's
just
gotta be worth it.
You'd have to pay me a lot just
should
to
ask.
do like some uva once in a while, uva ursi, the golden
Unless you
seal.
give her rum, she'll work for free.
That's why I don't work with rum at all.
wow.
But anyways, we got these sample bags, and it had something in it
did.
called digestive bitters.
Digestive bitters. Yep.
I didn't think anything of it. It's supposed to be for digestion. Well, we start to make this show, and we start to look at wanting to do old fashions because we kind of wanted to sway from it, and everybody said healthy old fashioned, healthy old fashioned, healthy old fashioned. Digestive bitters is a form of bitters. So if we move over to the bar,
Wait, do you have anything to add about kombuchas?
kombuchas. For
Using
in
them for
regards
mixers?
to, they're good for mixing. Look for sugar. A lot of the kombucha brands, so kombucha is going to be brewed with sugar. It's necessary. However, they say that it's eaten up. We've got our new mixologist over here. It's eaten up in the fermentation process, but a lot of times they will sweeten it after the fact with sugar. Kombucha is a great thing to mix with. However, again, with that yeast allergy, it's going to be made in the process. I talked to Mule Labs. I've talked to our docs about this. It is borderline. It is, we're talking brewer's yeast allergy here. It's created in the fermentation process, but man, sometimes some of the good outweighs the bad. Now, my mom, she could never do kombucha. Instantly gave her a headache. I think she also didn't like the flavor of it too, so it's not like she was eager to drink it. I always felt 10 times better when I regularly did my kombucha. So
It's a good one for a hangover too, the ginger kombucha.
I had notes too about vinegar. White vinegar, if you've got a yeast allergy, distilled white vinegar and apple cider vinegar are A-okay. Anything else like a balsamic vinegar or different vinegars are going to have yeast in it. That was interesting. Danny, would you like a mojito? All right, well, we promised everybody to make an old fashioned. We have to let these people go to bed eventually. I feel like we were very well behaved tonight. I feel like
Drink's still full?
Where are all our moms at that want to know all these crazy questions? Tequila is cool. Tequila
gonna be
is
our
cool.
next
Can we get a
shirt.
meme on that?
Tequila is cool.
Tequila is cool. The wellness way.
The wellness way.
It is cool. One drink and you're good. Like, you don't need any extra
Definitely don't.
calories. You know the joke. 1 tequila, 2 tequila floor.
3 tequila
3
floor.
tequila floor.
Oh, I thought,
Oh, no.
sober.
I don't know. You took quite a few sips out of that margarita.
It's in that clear coconut thingy.
It's down there. I'll hand it to you in a second. All right, let's make an old fashioned, and then we'll end with our grasshopper. If you have any more questions, alcohol or not related, mom related, now's your time to ask. Let us know if you like this. This isn't our typical format.
Nope.
We had to get sitters. We had to leave the kiddos at home. Not really quite sure what we're going to go home to on a Sunday night. My daughter leaves for summer camp tomorrow, which means your nanny is gone tomorrow.
My nanny's gone tomorrow.
Yeah, your kids are probably self-sufficient enough because
Well-
they're older, but you still don't know.
They're 13 and 15, so it depends on where dad's at. Like, either they're going to be like up on their phones or playing their games or whatever, or they're going to be in bed. I don't
Awesome.
know.
We'll get there. Maybe?
Probably not.
Ever?
You will get there. You will get there. It's a really good place. It's a really good place.
I found that a pool is
So
a really
she's
good
finishing all
babysitter.
these.
The pool babysits my
No.
kids right now.
I did that too. We would take them to the pool in Kakana. They were great.
Can we talk about your pool? You
Sure.
don't use classic chlorine.
No?
No.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is just as crystal clear. Actually, I think it's clearer than when you use chlorine.
Plus,
I
you
don't
get the
deal with-
fizzy effect.
I don't
You
deal with the
don't-
nasty smell.
The smell, the bathing suits,
The
the
messed up
burning
skin.
eyes.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I used to have, they have a shampoo out there for kids, a clarifying shampoo for like, because my kids do swim class, and of course it's all chlorine. It's at UWGB, and it's all chlorine. And I could just, I mean, you could see it changing the color
hair.
of her hair, of my daughter, especially because hers gets a little lighter in the summer. But yeah, no chlorine. Love it.
Side note, option. I'm sure we're going to get texts after this. Jason, go ahead and post whatever you're using in your pool because I'm sure we're going to get asked. But we do our best to live what we preach. We're not just here doing, not doing what we're preaching. That we live this too. If you have questions, we're all in different places of our journey. Just let us know. So
Well, and we've been through a lot of different things between 3 different stories for sure, plus Nancy, plus Christy. We've got
All
a
of our
lot of
stories are out
experience you
there.
can pull from.
But on that note, this isn't a normal time for us. This is a little out of the norm, however you guys like it. If you find that you're getting value out of it, we're not going to come in and drink every Sunday night because, hello, we have work on Monday morning.
Well, we're not. Your story's a little different.
Your kids are older, you're good.
Renee will come and drink with you every Sunday.
But we will do Moms After Dark. We'll do different things. So just let us know. Again, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you're watching the replay. And let us know if this is something you have any interest. If not, that's cool. Then we'll see you guys next week at the office. But we're going to make an old fashioned. and then we're gonna make a grasshopper, and then we're gonna say goodnight. So let's go make an old fashioned, because we get asked constantly on how to do this. So an old fashioned is typically made. Oh, we were wondering how long it was gonna take. A typical old fashioned is made with either old fashioned syrup. Common brand is Jarro, Jerro, something like that. Oh my gosh, it's filled
Jarro.
with horrible stuff. The other option is they'll make them homemade, and they'll use an orange and a cherry, and usually a sugar cube. Again, I'm not even as worried about the sugar as I am as what's in that cherry. What do you think is on a typical maraschino cherry?
Red dye.
Red dye.
dyes for sure. High fructose corn syrup for sure.
Yep.
A whole lot of stuff that, especially if I'm going to drink multiple, I don't want to have to deal with. So we found these at our local grocery store. There's a couple of different brands. I've got another one under here too. Oh no,
I was like,
same
those
one,
are-
different bottle. Old, new, old, new. Okay, we'll put that one back. And this is just cherries, water, sugar, lemon juice, vegetable and fruit concentrate for the color. Super cool.
They have a bada bing one too. That's like a dark cherry. That's like a really rich flavor. Oh,
You're gonna
super good.
notice these aren't gonna be.
oh my word!
You're-
Smell it.
Yeah.
Smells like a real cherry, but they're not gonna be your vibrant, stain everything kind of cherry, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna use two. Usually you would use one.
And then you don't have to feel bad when the kids come up and take one out of the
I
jar.
have a cherry. We were at a restaurant once, and Bella, we never did red dyes. She was about 6, and she wanted cherries. I wasn't paying attention. We were there with a whole group of people, and they gave her 3 cherries. And it was like you saw a different kid.
Yep.
Now, me growing up, we ate the shit all the time. I could eat 6 cherries and nobody would ever notice. Her not ever having, I don't even think it was the sugar, it was the red dye, berserk.
Yep.
Like bouncing off the walls. And it made me, it was that moment on that I went, these kids that are having this all the time, or adults that are dealing with all these issues, look at what's in what you're eating and drinking. So 2 cherries, an orange slice. You're gonna muddle that. This is the insert for Renee's blender. Usually your muddles are not this big awkward plastic thing, but
It's
We're
working.
multitasking.
it's
It's
working
working.
today.
It's
Okay,
fine.
so you're gonna mush this all together, right?
What's the brand name of the cherries?
Tilden Farms.
Tillin
Tillen
We'll post
Farms.
pictures and links and
from Stonewall Kitchen.
Yeah, if we can find it on Amazon, we're gonna post you guys Amazon links because I know everybody loves that. So you're gonna muddle that together. Dash of simple syrup. Again, our simple syrup is made with xylitol. It's 1 in 1. So a cup of simple syrup, or a cup of water to a cup of xylitol. You're gonna mix that together and make your simple syrup. I'm gonna put that all in.
Overheat, so it melts.
Now, a standard old fashioned is 2 ounces. I'd say, other than a margarita, it's one of the only drinks that standard is going to be 2
Little
ounces
heavier
of
than a
booze.
shot.
Yeah. Personally, I think an ounce is plenty. We'll meet in the middle and do 1.5 ounces. I'm not drinking this. Now, whiskey.
Renee would like this one.
Whiskey is the one thing we could not find organic. However, we were talking to Dr. Mitch Sutton in our Green Bay office, and he said, if you can't find something organic, no, I'm not a whiskey drinker, so I've never researched this. We were able to find an organic vodka. I mean, we found an organic tequila. Organic means, and an organic gin. Organic means there can't be fillers. There's no toxins when they're growing the
And the stuff that they're using.
ingredients, the
Yeah.
stuff they're using. However, if you go with a higher end liquor, it's going to be better. They're not going to use the cheap fillers. They're not going to use the cheap distillation process. It is what it is.
Well, I
Ice
wonder
me,
too
please.
about
was
doing
this?
imports.
I think that's your
Margarita.
one and done
I think that's the
margarita.
margarita.
No?
Okay. So ice then, I'm a huge full ice in the cup. I mean, we didn't establish that, but when you make a drink, you fill it with ice to the top. That was classic 101 bartending training. Don't give me 3 ice cubes in my drink. You fill it to the top. Okay.
I don't know what you were using. Or I would have grabbed you one.
We've got a couple options here. So now the next step for an old fashioned typically is brandy, whiskey, or Southern Comfort, which is also a whiskey. We use Maker's Mark. It's a higher end whiskey that we could find. I did not look for a brandy. We're gonna look for that for you guys. Erin, I know you asked about that.
It's a really overwhelming aisle. I tried.
Yeah.
It might be easier just to Google it and then go to the
And
store.
then find out. Yeah. Yeah. Now your cheap ones are going to be cheap, bottom of the barrel. They're going to add caramel color, etc.,
Okay.
etc. So we went with a higher end one that we could find. Now your next step for an old fashioned is to figure out what you're putting in it. So there's typically sour, which is, what is that stuff called? 50-50 or something?
Yeah,
Squirt.
50-50.
50-50. A sweet, which is going to be
7-Up.
7-Up or Sierra Mist, or a press, which is half soda water, half Sprite or sweet. Okay? For me, I'm like, why not just use sour? But it's a big thing, press. Now, we've got a couple different options that we found.
Do you want
The
one of
Hemi
each?
Zevia. Ah!
I was going to say, we're all
Bitters.
excited about our bitters.
Okay, so the last thing, I've got a squeezy one here. The last thing that we found, so the last thing that goes into a true old fashioned is bitters. Usually you'll see it look like this and they'll kind of shake it in. This is classic brand, you'll see it everywhere. This has natural flavorings, caramel colors, and added colors. Genti, I don't know what that is. Anyways, that's it. Alcohol, water, sugar, a bunch of junk, okay? We found this one. It's by Urban Moonshine Herbal Apothecary. We found it on Amazon. Again, our trip to New Mexico got us looking into bitters and thinking about it. But if you smell it, I mean, super fun. Hold
yeah.
that for me. Smell the difference.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. But smells alike. But when you look at bitters, I mean, that's what it's going to look like.
Worcester.
You're not Worcestershire. Yep. And
like-
hold that one up, Piat.
Cloudy.
Yeah, it's a cloudy yellow. But what's in all that?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
Wow, dandelion root extract, dandelion leaf extract, burdock root, orange peel, fennel, yellow dock root, angelica root, gentian ginger, and then it's water, cane alcohol,
Yeah.
vanilla essential oils.
So literally a bunch of herbs that improve digestion.
So this is good for me. I should have
Absolutely.
this.
Yes.
Yeah. So I usually put it in
3
before
a
I
night.
add the ice.
2.
But I would just add a few drops. But that's a classic need in an old fashioned is a bitters. And there's your option right there. I'm stoked. We found a maple. My husband makes old fashions with maple syrup.
This is a citrus.
This is a citrus one. You could probably forego the orange. And this one is just an original. We use the original. That was exciting to find. And then you're going to use your wash. So if you like a sour, grapefruit, anything is typically what you're going to be able to use. So maybe like a grapefruit seltzer, grapefruit soda. This is Zevia. We haven't talked about Zevia yet. Zevia is a soda that's sweetened with stevia. So unless you're allergic to it, like Miss Renee here, we can't, you can't use this. I personally, the aftertaste of stevia doesn't work for me, but if you're a
Loving it,
diabetic
yeah.
or you're looking for zero sugar, this is your option. Another one of my favorite brands is Blue Sky. This one is made with real cane sugar, so it's definitely going to have sugar in it, but it's going to be a better option. So this would be considered a sweet. This would be considered a sour. I'm trying to think if we had grabbed any other
I don't think so.
different options. You can
Nope.
find Zevia in lemon lime. That would be your sweet with Zevia instead, but we'll make are you sour or sweet old fashioned? Do you have a preference?
She
I
can have the
prefer
can,
sour.
yeah.
not stevia.
You prefer
So,
not stevia.
I'm going to go.
Do we want to try the grapefruit? This one?
No, you pop that. That's good.
All
That's
right.
fine.
Now, the next thing on an old fashioned is the garnish. This is a complicated drink.
Yeah,
I like to
where's
add a
my,
little
like-
extra cherry juice because I like it to be red. Oh, pretty.
No, you can't see with all this stuff in front of here.
So weird.
Again.
The garnish in a classic old fashioned is olives, mushrooms, or cherries.
Pickled.
Pickled.
Onions.
Brussels sprouts, pickled
sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love those.
I'm mushrooms.
I'm mushrooms for sure.
Yeah. There's not mushroom for anything else.
Don't encourage it.
My dear.
Cheers.
In the freezer in the media room is the ice cream. Could you grab that for me, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so last but not least, because we have
It's
to, we're
legit.
going to do an ice cream drink. It's legit.
It's legit.
It's legit.
Jason says wormwood is the second most bitter herb if you're in the pinch.
All right, so those of you that have ever tried wormwood, our liquid herb, which we'll use for different parasites, isn't it weird that it's called wormwood? Anyways, different things in our care plans. Can you imagine making an old fashioned with wormwood?
No. Gross.
No.
I think I'll stick to this.
So gross.
Yep. Yep.
Did you try it without anything?
No.
Oh.
No, because it smells like wormwood.
Oops.
So let's put this away. So grasshopper
try these?
is going
Nobody
to be
No, I'm not a whiskey.
no whiskey here.
Can't do that one.
Grasshopper is going to be classic. Is going to be ice cream, cream to mint, cream to cocoa, and I think that's it, if I'm remembering correctly. So your ice cream, obviously they're just using, I'm sure, regular vanilla ice cream, and your cream to mint is green. That's not naturally green. That's not normal.
That's not
They
spanked
do
mint.
make a white, so if you're going to use it, at least use the white. We also went online and found how to make a homemade cream to cocoa. Super cool. You take cacao nibs and what was it, vodka,
Yeah.
and you let it sit.
It's like your homemade vanilla extracts and things like that. Super fun Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you
gotta think ahead.
make a simple syrup,
'Cause
and
you
you
have-
add that to it. But it was 2 weeks, and by the time we decided to add an ice cream drink, it was too late.
Right.
Okay, so we are using almond ice cream. You could use coconut milk ice cream. You could use regular ice cream.
Organic.
Yeah. By regular, we mean regular dairy. One of my favorites is the Alden's organic.
Right.
I like their vanilla bean ice cream when I
Really
could have
good.
dairy. Cashew milk, of course, makes
That
it good.
one's good.
There's rice milk. Now there's oat milk ice cream.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what's going to be next. There's a lot of. There's
the
what?
avocado
Oh, yeah,
ice cream.
Avocado. I haven't seen a vanilla one.
Yep. I haven't either.
But-
I don't know.
Chocolate.
I think
So
the cashew one
today,
is like,
did you bring the wheatgrass juice powder? Or
Sure.
are we using mint?
Oh, we're using mint.
Okay. So we were gonna use. So okay, it's not gonna change. We're gonna use ice cream for sure. We need our ice cream.
It was really just for color anyway. It's fine.
Yep. So that's not gonna change anything. We're gonna try out our ice cream. The next thing is because we didn't get on the bandwagon of making a homemade cream to cocoa, we bought it. Okay, it's just a liqueur. I'm sure it's not perfect,
But it's not
like
colors.
I said, no colors. We will. We're gonna do an ounce of that. Okay. And then instead of cream to mint, which is basically mint flavored vodka with sweetener, we're gonna take vodka.
I feel like we could trade.
Sure. And we're gonna take mint, and we're gonna take a dash of simple syrup. Actually, let's leave out the simple syrup we had talked about, didn't we, Kim? Because this might be sweet enough with the ice cream.
Yeah, we were gonna try it without.
Might need a little. We're not used to a lot of sugar.
Are you going to use mint or the peppermint oil?
I'm going to use this so that it makes it green, hopefully, maybe. What we were going to do as an option too, you could do is wheatgrass juice powder. It's great for turning things green. So if you wanted of course it adds wheatgrass juice powder. I mean,
Which
it's
is
literally
awesome.
using like a half a teaspoon. But
I've done that for the shamrock shakes for my
Yeah.
kids when that comes around.
yes, other
Wheatgrass
option
powder with,
is peppermint extract. We've talked about using a peppermint stevia.
Yum.
You just need some kind of mint in there. And a cover. I knew it was somewhere.
Forget that part.
And so we didn't add the simple syrup unless we decide we need it sweeter.
Okay, this one will let you control the speed. Otherwise, it's going to take over for you.
This one? I don't use one of these fancy things
Maybe
at
you
home.
and Renee should switch at this point.
Maybe you should go back. Okay.
It will not hit the blade, so you're good.
Are you sure?
Yep.
So my mint's not breaking up.
It will. Like, it's not green, but it's fine.
So now,
I don't think it has to be green.
tastes like a grasshopper.
cup.
with almond milk. Now, I would probably usually add a little more mint. I would add peppermint.
You would?
Yeah, we're gonna try it because you can really taste the flavor of that almond ice cream. So I would probably add, I would definitely like to make it green if I was making it for guests. Personally, I don't care.
I like a white mint. I think it's clean.
Now, yeah, I would probably do more cream to cocoa. Maybe I wouldn't because it would be more. I mean, it's a dairy-free grasshopper for crying out loud.
For crying out
I would not do more.
I wouldn't do more
I would do more
alcohol.
mint.
More mint, that's it.
More mint.
Wouldn't do more alcohol.
loud. No?
Maybe
I
a
think you're
little.
good.
Maybe a little simple syrup.
Let's try it with
I'm going back to whiskey.
I mean, at this point, we should just be drinking straight out of the bottles.
Again, you're not gonna go to a restaurant.
I feel like
and
my
order
nasal passages are like, woo!
drama. Okay, it's strong. Anybody that tells you that an alcohol drink ain't strong, but still.
Drama. I think I'm just not gonna try it again.
Come on.
It's not better.
Oh my god.
Okay, it needs more ice cream. Less booze.
I
It's just-
actually
you
think
gotta
it's
play
getting
with it.
some of the flavor of the plant mint too, instead of just like a
Mint.
candy mint flavor.
So,
Yeah, so it's contributing to a little
not
bitter.
using simple syrup and using a mint stevia.
I don't know that this is a good
You're
idea.
not gonna fix this.
I just wanted to see what it would taste like.
Maybe just more ice cream.
See, this is why I struggle giving people my recipes. You guys asked for my recipes. This is how I cook. A half
That's how I
hour
do a
later
lot
and
of
the
things
drink
too.
will be done.
So, a typical shot is
Just
2 ounces, and you have been treating it like it's 1 ounce this whole time.
That's what I thought. She keeps telling me it's one.
You're doing
Well,
what
okay,
you
so when
think
you're
is
using
1
a
ounce,
jigger,
it's 2.
where it has a small one on top and the one on the bottom. The 1 ounce is on top, and the 2 ounces on the bottom. These, however, are probably like 2 ounce shot glasses. Now it
I
just
feel
tastes
like
like
I tried
mouthwash.
Yeah, go ahead, Renee. Give it a swig.
No, I'm good.
No?
No, I have my old fashioned. I'm good.
I feel like we need to just pop on one more time before we say bye to anybody.
Oh yeah, now it's probably bad.
I'm.
It just
Tastes like Grandma's cabinet. Old school Listerine.
Like when you open up her bathroom.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We are happy to have done this. We had fun. They had fun.
Yeah.
Think so.
We get asked a lot. Now we have a show we can send people to. We've also got a quick tip that Dr. Flynn did on alcohol about a year ago. It's
And there's an
fantastic.
article. Yeah.
There's an article on clean alcohol. We'll link both of those in the comments. But that's about all I've got. If you've got any questions of what we're looking at here, what we're doing, different recipes.
Well, they're all laughing, but I don't know what you want. I'm trying.
No, hiring a new tech team too.
Nancy keeps looking at me between like this. All I can see her is her eyes between the cord and she keeps
Are we
going.
getting the look of
I don't know.
cut off?
She keeps.
awesome? Thank you for joining us, guys. We had fun tonight. Again, if you're watching in the replay, let us know. If you want us to do more of this stuff, if you have any ideas, we're back to business as usual. Tomorrow we'll do a quick little recap at 2 o'clock, but then business as usual on Mondays where we talk about things like cleaning supplies and
Changing your
And
dog's
pets.
food.
changing your dog's food.
Kids.
Awesome. Have a wonderful evening. Happy Sunday Fun Day. Share with us what you were drinking, if you were drinking anything. If you have questions on how to switch your favorite drink, if you put it in the comments, we will come back afterwards and we will answer it.
For sure.
Got to get rid of the sodas, the bad sodas. Got to get rid of the bitters, the cherry juice, the colors, the dyes. We promise it's worth it. It'll make your skin look better too. Who doesn't want better skin? Ever see the people that drink too much and you're like, oh, they've drank their whole
They have that boozy
life?
nose.
Yep.
Yeah. Have a clean drink if you're gonna do it. So, bye y'all.